Voting is underway in the second round of France's parliamentary election, with the far right looking to make major gains. Polling opened at 600 GMT on Sunday and will close at 1600 GMT in towns and small cities and 1800 GMT in larger cities. Voting has already started in some France's overseas territories. The decisive runoff election will see 49.3 million eligible people cast their vote. A focus of this election will be if Marine Le Pen's far-right National Rally Party can secure an absolute majority in France's legislature or not. Le Pen's party came out on top in the first round of polling on the 30th of June. Recent polls suggest that Le Pen's party may fall short of an absolute majority while still being the largest party. Residents of New Caledonia queued to cast their votes in French parliamentary election on Sunday, saying that they hoped they would bring peace to the territory. Long queues snaked around a polling station in the New Caledonian capital, Nouémé, with many voters saying that they hoped for successful negotiations between pro- and anti-independence camps and a return to stability. And joining me from Paris is my colleague Ross Cullen. Ross, it's been, just over 2 hours since polls opened. How is it coming along? And give us a flavor, if you will, of what's happening around you and what voters would be thinking as they cast their vote.
Well, hi Ramesh, we've got a polling station just behind us here in central Paris. You can see some of the people coming out having cast their ballot for the second time in 2 weeks. This is the second round, the decisive runoff vote in France's general election. We will get a picture of the landscape of the National Assembly, the number of MPs from each of the parties from around 8 p.m. local time this evening. The three main blocks that people are thinking of and casting their vote for are the National Rally on the far right, the New Popular Front, which is an umbrella coalition of 4 parties on the left, and then also the centrist alliance of Emmanuel Macron, his party Renaissance, and their allies as well in the centre ground of French politics. However, there have been some loose agreements made over the previous 7 days between centrists and leftists about who could stand down potentially in constituencies to ensure they are not splitting the far-right vote. There have been this agreement by some of the other parties to try to keep the far-right, undoubted France's main political force at the moment, to keep them from power. Marine Le Pen has said that she is still hoping that her party can win an absolute majority in the National Assembly and form the next government.
Hearing you, Ross, now one gets a sense that this is an election that could well result in France's first far-right government since World War II, or it could just end in political deadlock and throw up a hung parliament. What's really at stake here for France?
Yeah, all those are key possibilities that people need to weigh up in the days and weeks to come, depending on the results in terms of a majority government, or perhaps one party is the biggest in parliament but falls short of that majority, a technocratic government, a coalition with Emmanuel Macron's party involved as well. The current situation continuing as normal, potentially that's also an option before they come back and try to work out the formation of the next government in the autumn. There are lots of ramifications, all of this playing out during the Summer Olympic Games here in Paris. So very charged agenda, very busy for the French president and the possible next French Prime Minister. Will that be somebody from the far right, from the left wing, or unlikely but still the possibility that it could be Gabriel Attal, the current Prime Minister? There could be a situation of coalition or some kind of power sharing where that does continue to be the option for France to have the same Prime Minister, although it might seem unlikely at the moment. So there are lots of ramifications, lots for people to consider as they cast their ballot today.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Ross, thank you, appreciate it. Ross Cullen there in Paris.